Hi, everyone. Again, I'm getting questions about whether or not it's best to rent or buy given the climate that we're in right now. But you know what, guys? It really is your own personal preference. So, what I would like to do really is just sit here now and just give you some pros and cons about each. And that way you can then make a decision about what's best for you and your situation. So, let's start. When looking at pros and cons for renting versus buying, I like to divide it up into two categories: financial and non financial. So let's do the financial side first. Financial side would be is that when you are renting a property, you get a lease and you'll have that monthly payment for that lease term. It doesn't change. So in for that way you have some stability there. But when it comes to actually renewing of the lease, you have a high probability of that rental rate going up. Because again, remember that inflation that's going on that we hear so much about. Landlords are taking that into account, and so they tend to up their rent because of inflation. On the other side, if you purchase a property, that monthly payment that you're making typically will stay stationary for a period of time, 15 to 30 years, meaning the monthly payment on the mortgage itself. Now, I know some of you guys are going to say, Terry, that's really not necessarily true, because what about taxes? Which is true. Your taxes can go up. What I'm referring to is just that monthly payment, which is stationary for 15 to 30 years, depending on the type of mortgage that you get. Now, on the other side, again, financially, when it comes to renting, financially, when you're renting, you are actually paying someone else's mortgage and not getting anything from it. And when your actual rent goes up, your house didn't expand, but yet your monthly payment went up. When you own and your monthly payment stays roughly the same, even if it does go up a little because of taxes, let's put that in there. Even if it does go up a little bit because of taxes, the one thing that's also typically going up is the equity that you have in the house, which helps you build your own personal wealth. Now, on the non-financial side, you will see some pros there when it comes to renting, more so than you would on the financial side. So let's say for the pro for on the non-financial side, if something breaks, guess what? You pick up the phone and you call the landlord and you have them come in and fix it. And that is a pro. It's not your responsibility. Versus when you own, that is your responsibility. If something breaks, you become your landlord. Another non-financial is as a pro for being when you own it, is if you decide to want to actually change the color paint in the house or even adopt a pet. You can do it. You don't have to make the phone call to the landlord, because guess what? You're the landlord. Now, if you wanted to change the paint color and you wanted to get a pet, then you have to call the landlord when you rent. So these are just a couple of things that I wanted to bring to your attention to help you on the road of deciding whether or not to rent or buy. If you want to talk about this further, feel free to call me, text me, DM me. I'm always here and happy to help.